Hey guys, it's Eileen here. Let's wake up, let's take accountability, let's grow, let's learn, let's talk about life situations. Let's talk about it. One of the first things that came to mind that I was thinking that would be a good discussion is when's the last time you apologized to your kids? And that just made me think because why? I'm the adult, they're the child. Automatically, I was just like, apologize to who? For what? Right? That was my first thought when it came to apologizing to your children. I think in my life, I have this will be the second time that I recently apologized to my daughter. And it was, give you a little bit of background. So I think a lot of the times as an adult, we always try to unlearn certain behaviors that were taught or shown to us when we were younger from our parents. I'm not going to be like that. Or maybe I could incorporate that and flip it into it a different way. Just more so trying to critique it to what works for you, right? And, for instance, talking about my dad, he is, as a father, a protector, always making sure that you're on your P's and Q's and things like that, right? So I was thinking, because he came to visit me, and I feel like when he came to check up on me, I'm always just like, oh my God, is everything aligned? It's everything, and I'm like, why does he give me so much anxiety? But because every time that he comes over, he's always critiquing, not congratulating. I don't think that's a word, but yeah. But I feel like as far as I have come and accomplished, I haven't gotten one that, what, you're doing a good job. So anyway, it just made me think like, damn. When's the last time I congratulated my daughter? When's the last time I just told her how proud I am of her, right? And I had to apologize because I realized I was being more like my father, very critiquey, very like, yo, what are you doing? You up to this? Just on her so hard. And I feel like as a parent, you have to be able to provide balance, right? Of course, you want to make sure that your child is doing the right thing, but at the same time, like, make sure you give them affirmations as well, too. It starts at home. What you provide and what you show and things like that. I always say that your kids, like they say, when they're babies, they're like sponges, So what you show them is what is going to carry out into their adulthood. And obviously they have the choice once they're adults to be able to modify and change what works for them. But I just thought to myself, like, you know what? I got to do better. So I remember we were having a sit down. She was actually spending time with me, which my daughter never really does. So I was like, oh my God, let me get excited. I was excited. I was like, oh my God. But you can't show too much excitement, for these kids nowadays. But I was really excited. And she was just talking to me. I was letting her take the lead of the conversation. And then I ended up saying, Mommy, I just want to say I'm sorry. And she was like, well, with they face. As if I'm asking for something. Anyway, but I told her, I was like, I'm sorry. I was like that. I know that there are times that I'm really hard on you, but it's because I love you, but it doesn't mean that it should take away from me not vocalizing the good that I see you doing. And I'm proud of you. She was like, okay. Obviously teens don't like to express so much, but I know that made her feel good. Shit, it made me feel good, So when's the last time you apologized to your kid? Of course, if it fits right. I'm not saying just apologize just to apologize, but if you sit back and you think, right, we're just I'm always just trying to see how I could be the best person for myself and then flourish out, right? And obviously who's impacted the most are my kids. So it matters what I show them, what I speak into them, right? We have to speak life into our kids because this world is hard enough. And again, it should be a balance. You should be able to, check your kids and make sure they're doing good, but also congratulate them and let them know that you are doing a good job and I see you and I'm proud of you. Yeah.